and Giannis is the Robin. And look, it's okay to be the Robin. People think that's a bad thing. It's not. Okay, we all know that Giannis is a guy that could dominate the paint. He could get to the paint when he wants. But when it matters the most, we have seen time and time again that Giannis freezes up in the big moment.
50 points. Only the 7th player in the history of the finals to have a 50-point game.
You know, but I wish I could just run and with 7 feet and run and just dunk. Like, that takes no skill at all.
Sequences. It's too much hand holding on to the ball. The spin move, the finish. Yeah.
I remember somebody talking about how Giannis was going to dunk his way through the playoffs and yada, yada, yada. Listen, this man is right now, he's the most overrated in basketball.
Middleton inside, nice entry pass, and the slam from Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo just made history, and here's why. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a 6'11", 240-pound Greek beast of Nigerian descent, and in 2013 he was drafted 15 overall by the Milwaukee Bucks, and at the time no one could have imagined that the Bucks had drafted a generational talent at the 15th spot. This became even more apparent as in his rookie season, Giannis would average a meager 7 points per game, 2 assists per game, 4.4 rebounds per game on 41% shooting from the field and 35% from 3. Granted, he only played in 77 games, started in 23 and played an average of 24.6 minutes per game. But you understand what I'm saying. It's crazy to even think about the fact that he used to put up numbers such as that. However, over the next stretch of seasons, Giannis would explode into the NBA spotlight as he saw a significant change in his physical body and would transform into the Greek freak we know today. This past regular season, Giannis averaged 28.1 points, 11 rebounds per game, 6 assists per game on 57% shooting from the field and 30% from 3. Although these numbers aren't as good as his 29.5 points per game, 13.6 rebounds per game, and 5.6 assists per game on 55-30 shooting splits, they're very similar, and his efficiency slightly increased from the last year. But that's not the point. We're here to talk about how Giannis, at the age of 26, is doing something that most of his superstar counterparts were not able to achieve at that point in their careers. Giannis, at the age of 26, is a 2-time MVP, DPOI, 5-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA player, 4-time All-Defensive player, Most Improved player, All-Star MVP, and has led his team to a title and won the Bill Russell Finals MVP award. For somebody at the age of 26 to accomplish this is unprecedented. Giannis has literally done everything it is possible to do, except for win Rookie of the Year. That in itself is a result of Giannis not being given the keys to the franchise at the beginning of his career. This was because Giannis was a very raw product. But, and all praise to Milwaukee here, they believed in Giannis and gave him the opportunity to grow in their system. They surrounded him with pieces that fit him, and Giannis, in turn, gave the Milwaukee Bucks a championship, one that they have not had in the last 50 years. Now, let's look at some players that Giannis compares to historically. And remember, keep in mind, these are NBA greats. The majority of the people who I've chosen for this comparison are players who, at the beginning of their careers, everybody always knew that they were going to be greats. They were given the keys to their franchise and came into the league as the number 1 or number 2 options, all except for Stephen Curry, who has had a similar path to NBA stardom as Giannis. The two things that we're going to consider in this comparison is number 1, accolades, and number 2, stats. Now, first of all, if we check in the accolades category, the only people who really give Giannis a fighting chance for who was better at this age or who was more accomplished at this age are Tim Duncan, Michael Jordan, and Magic Johnson. These are all players who are no longer playing in the game right now. These are retired NBA stars. LeBron James, who many hailed to be the greatest player that has ever played from his rookie season all the way up to 36 that he is right now, wasn't able to win a championship, even though he played alongside a prime Chris Bosh and a prime Dwayne Wade. He just couldn't do it. Kobe Bryant, who actually had 3 chips by the age of 26, never won DPOY, but 2, he also had Shaquille O'Neal on his team, who was the #1 option on those Lakers teams. Kevin Durant never won a championship. Steph Curry won a championship. However, it was in 2015, and his only accolades were a championship, an MVP. He was All-NBA twice, and he was an All-Star twice. So he never really accomplished. Yet at that point in his career, he wasn't very accomplished in the accolades category. This shows that Giannis historically is doing something that many 26-year-olds have never been able to accomplish in their NBA careers. What he's doing right now is unprecedented, and many people, including in the media, are not giving Giannis his credit where his credit is due. Because these are some of the most legendary players of all time that you're looking at on this list. And Giannis at the age of 26 is in the same batting ranges as all of them, and is in some cases even better and has done more. I mean, and keep in mind, Giannis, unlike the other players on this list, bro, wasn't drafted with the expectation that these other NBA greats had. The Bucks didn't have him in mind to be a franchise player when he was drafted. He wasn't given the keys to the franchise as a rookie, as some of these other players have. And that's why I'm gonna keep talking about this, because it's the most important part that we have to consider. Giannis just was not looked at as a generational talent in the beginning. Alright, now let's take a look at the numbers. Let's play the stats game. So what we're going to do is we're going to take each player's best 3-year stretch and put them up against each other. So for example, Giannis's best 3-year stretch was obviously the last 3 years, where he averaged 28.4 points, 12.4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.1 steals, 1.3 blocks on 56.7% for the field and 29% from 3. First, let's compare him to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, his best 3-year stretch, which is 2011-2012 to 2013-2014, he averaged 29.5 points, 7.7 rebounds, 5 assists on 50% from the field and 39% from 3. Now, in this case, Durant averaged more points. However, Giannis in his best 3-year stretch is only 1 point behind Kevin Durant, and he averaged more rebounds and more assists than Kevin Durant, who is actually a perimeter player, while Giannis is this weird hybrid fucking mystical creature, whatever. And his efficiency was higher from the field, and he had a higher effective field goal percentage. So I would say that Giannis's 3-year stretch was better than Kevin Durant's 3-year stretch before the age of 26. Now comparing him to Kobe. Kobe's best 3-year stretch, which was 2000 to 2001 season to 2002-03, Kobe averaged 27.9 points, 5.5 assists, 6.1 rebounds on 56 shooting from the field and 33 from 3. Once again, Giannis averaged more points, more rebounds, and more assists while shooting more efficient from the field. So I would say Giannis's 3-year stretch, once again, was better. Now we're going to look at Giannis versus Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, his best 3-year stretch was the 83-84 season to the 85-86 season. Magic, in that 3-year stretch, averaged 81.2 points, 6.4 rebounds, and 12.7 assists with 1.7 steals on 55 shooting from the field and 21% from 3, which is absolutely insane. Magic actually had a season where he averaged more points, but his assists were less. So I went with a season that he had more assists in and shot better from the field, because I think those things are maybe more important to Magic's game than, say, putting up 20 points on the board. Now, we're going to compare him to LeBron James' best 3-year stretch. LeBron's best 3-year stretch was 07 season to the 08 season, 07-08 season to 09 2010 season, where LeBron averaged 29.4 points, 7.6 rebounds, 7.7 steals on 49% shooting from the field. This one is a little bit closer, I would say. Giannis again is only 1 point behind LeBron, and he averaged more rebounds, 2 less assists, and shot way better from the field in his 3-year stretch. So that one, I would once again want to say that Giannis has had a better 3-year stretch, strictly talking numbers-wise. But let me know in the comments what you think about that.
When you focus on the past, that's your ego. I did this. We were able to, beat this team 4-0. I did this in the past. I won that in the past. And when I focus in the future, it's my pride. Like, yeah, next game 5, I do this and this and this. I'm going to dominate. That's your pride talking. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, you're right here. And I kind of like try to focus in the, in the moment, in the present. And that's humility. That's being humble. That's not setting no expectation. That's good.
Now, Michael Jordan, and this, I know this is not what this video is, but this just shows you how crazy insane Michael Jordan was. And this is why Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And we're strictly looking at numbers right now. We saw it come through in the accolades category, and we're seeing it again in the stats category. Why Michael Jordan is so good. Michael Jordan, in his best 3-year stretch before the age of 26, averaged 35 points, 6.2 rebounds, 6.2 assists on 52% shooting from the field. That is insane. Like, nobody's ever gonna be that good. It's impossible for Giannis to, like, if Giannis was able to beat out those stats, that would make Giannis, like, that would be incredible. But obviously Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, like, and you could see why. Stephen Curry in his best 3-year stretch averaged 23.6 points, 4.2 rebounds, 7.7 assists, 1.8 steals, and shot 47% from the field and 44% from 3, which is crazy. However, I do still think Giannis's best 3-year stretch is better than Steph's. Now, Tim Duncan, who Giannis is actually chasing here for the title of greatest power forward of all time. If we compare their numbers before the age of 26, Tim Duncan's best stretch was the 2000 to 2001 season to the 02-03 season. Tim Duncan in that stretch averaged 23.6 points, 12.6 rebounds, and 3.5 steals, with 2.6 blocks per game on 50% shooting from the field and 24% shooting from 3. So once again, I don't know, with this one, I would say Giannis just edges him out, but I think it's very close, seeing as Tim Duncan had that 2.6 blocks while Giannis only has 1.3 blocks. But I would say that Giannis just about edges Tim Duncan out on that front. Man, just want to say congratulations to Giannis. And I think going forward, we have to now ask ourselves, what does the totem pole look like of ranking of players? You know what I'm saying? What does the hierarchy of players in the league look like right now? I think Giannis winning that championship has really shaken things up. And I think going into next season, we can see a serious power shift in the dynamic of the league. If you got into this point in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. This is my first video I'm doing on this channel, many more to come. If there's any way that I could improve, let me know down in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe. New content on the way. We're only just getting started.